Oh, guys, unfollow channel. Oh, guys, unfollow channel. Oh,
Where's my AirPod case?
guys,
I just stick my AirPod. Huh? What? 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 Why? How am I quiet? I haven't changed anything. Hold on. I'll have a look at my settings, but I haven't changed anything.
Hi, stream! Hello! Wait, hold on. I don't know. Aura's here as well. But for some reason, Aura's here as well. Oh, I can hear you now. You're better. Nice.
Yeah, it's this game. It fucking resets my sound.
Yeah, you just like went into the void. I was like, I couldn't tell if I was listening to like an old stream or like if you were actually speaking.
I was actually here.
Yeah. Well, I was about to ping myself.
Yes.
Oh god.
Ping yourself. Get in your own stream right now, peasant.
Don't worry, buddy. I will. You know I will.
I've only got one supporter, and that's my mom.
Well, lucky for me, I have my mom and my dad.
I have my grandma.
No way. You've beaten me. How could you?
Actually, what I'll do is I'll keep sound on. Take down my AirPods so no sound comes out. But my viewer still counts. Aha.
Look, new emote. Starry eyes.
Yeah, but I'm not subbed. Before I even continue this game, actually, I'm gonna do some. Where are you? There isn't bad end theater.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fuck. I forgot to change the screen. I don't know if
you're sitting there playing the game and then everyone's like,
no, I
is she
haven't
gonna do
started.
anything this stream?
I haven't started it, but yo. Look, it's Bad End Theater. This is my first time playing and I have no idea how to play this at all. So, yeah. Going into it now. Welcome to Bad End Theater. On this stage, we shall be toying with fate. Whoa. You'll make many choices, unlocking darker and darker paths, all in order to witness a lovely variety of tragic events. Yo! Thank you for the sub.
Oh my god, I'm a cool kid now.
But first, allow me to explain how it works. To begin the tutorial, select whichever doll you like. Oh, you know what genre I'm going for.
Huh?
There's the human doll, and there's the demon doll. I mean, can you guess?
It's definitely a demon. There's no figgy about that, mate.
Oh god, that's what I'm saying. You control the demon doll. You're a fierce-looking guy, just minding your own business. How will you interact with the human doll? Attack it! Yeah! You kill the human doll in cold blood. How ruthless! You found your very first bad ending. But don't worry, the story need not end here. Let's reset the stage and try again. This time, try controlling the other doll. Okay. You're controlling the human doll. You're a friendly little guy, just minding your own business. How will you interact with the demon doll? I mean, I guess if I'm playing a human, I'm gonna play nice. You try to be friends this time, but the demon attacks and kills you. Wow.
Get fucked.
This is all because you chose the attack in the first round? Oh! Oh! Okay. Because that's what I chose in the first round. Okay. Now that you know know how the story goes, you can set the doll's behavior in advance. As you just saw, these behaviors would all automatically be set to what you choose during your last playthrough. Okay. But now you can turn each one on or off without having to play from the doll's perspective. Yes, my theater actually doubles as a puzzle game. Now try turning the doll's behavior on and off to see different outcomes. I don't know. I don't understand. Okay. You're a friendly little guy minding your own business. How will you interact with the demon doll? You and the demon dolls are able to set aside your differences and become friends. End tutorial. I am done. Do you understand how to play? I think so. This game saves your progress automatically, so just relax and collect all the bad endings at your own pace. Now, without further ado, let's start the show. Ta-da! The hero, a maiden, an underling, the overlord. I'm gonna be the overlord. You're the overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think. Except for those pesky humans who keep killing numbers of your army. There's even a role called hero whose whole purpose in life is to just dethrone you. What's their deal anyways? You've actually actively avoided pissing off the humans in hopes that they will leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to the whole overlord thing, so if you're being quite honest with yourself, you don't really understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself, everyone's just doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being the evil overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to their high standard like that. One of your underlings walks into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place guarding the castle all the time, especially since no one ever comes here anyways. You see their point, but the way they're whining about it kind of bothers you. What do you do with this underling? I won't tell them to get back to work. You give them a lecture about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. Your servants ought to do what they're told, whether they like it or not. They look really unhappy with you, but you're sure they'll thank you for this later. Venturing too far from the castle tends to spell death. You dismiss the underling and lie down in your nice and comfy overlord bed. All that lecturing made you want to take a nap.
Yeah, take a nap.
You fell asleep pretty quick. Just another one of your amazing talents as the overlord.
Your talent is to take sleep.
Oh god, I'm just so great, you know? Ah! I'm so sorry, I forgot to look at chat. I forgot to open chat, and then that's why I was not responding. I'm so sorry. I literally just tabbed out and then I was like, oh, someone's in chat! Hi Ruby! We're in such a long heckin' line, but we gotta watch Stazi's content while waiting. Let's go. A line? What are you doing? Imagine dying L? No!
Wow. Shots fired.
But I mean, I'm trying to get the, bad endings. We're supposed to collect them. You wake to a huge commotion outside. A hero has shown up and started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, guys? You rush out into the battlefield to confront this jerkwad. You curse at him and very rudely inquire his reasons for doing all this.
You curse at him.
The hero
Yeah.
yells at you.
Fuck you.
Whoa. You can't say that. That's very mean.
That's what the hero says. Wow, what a hero.
Wow. Demanding you return the maiden you're holding captive.
I feel threatened by that hero.
You don't know what he's
Can't
talking
say
about.
that, that's mean.
But you can't forgive his actions. You do battle with the hero, and he has grown strong from cutting down your army. You're unable to defeat him. Oh shit! With decisive swings, he stabs and cuts you to pieces. What the hell? You fall and you failed your subjects.
What is this, World War 3? Fuck.
Your spit causes curses weakly. You wish you'd been stronger.
Spitting on him? Why are you spitting on him?
No, maybe you were never suited to be the overlord in the first place. The truth was you're never that much more powerful than the demons who served you. It was the title, the control that gave you strength. These are your thoughts as you are swallowed by darkness.
The fuck?
Conquering Overlord End. Wait. Fuck. Exit the theater? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Oh, why did I... That took me back to the start. Okay, so...
Get trolled.
It's the same thing, so I can just like go past this. Whoa.
Hey gamers,
Hey Leia, I'm live.
what are you streaming?
Bad in theater.
Fortnite.
Badin?
No, bad and theater.
What's that?
It's a game. I don't know how to. Just watch it. Just watch it. I don't know how to explain it.
Okay, I'm on my quest using my shadow PC.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm awesome. Confess your crimes? Okay. You know what? I'll confess tomorrow.
Whoa, a lot of people are noticing it. That always existed, you know?
No, I actually just noticed that as well.
Yeah, everyone's noticing it today and everyone's like coming.
I reset my shadow PC because it wasn't working, and I need Hollow to reactivate family sharing, because Hollow has all the VR games and I don't.
No.
I literally only have VR chat.
Oh my god. Why are you gaming on your holiday? Go out. Fucking touch grass, man.
Do you think
Get
this
told.
is what I've been doing? The second I get online, you think this is all I've been doing? You fucking serious right now? I'm molding so hard. This is the first time I got on my quest since I got into Scotland.
Oh god, why are you touching your quest? Why did you even bring your quest? You're supposed to be out like 24/7. You're on a
I'm also
holiday.
joking.
Okay, whatever. One of your underlings walk in. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place guarding the castle at all times, especially since no one ever comes here anyways.
no idea.
Shut up, Darren.
I'm
Okay.
killing Gloria.
What? Grant them the day off. You tell them to take a break from the stifling castle atmosphere and refresh their dark soul. A day off. Should be fine every once in a while. They thank you and happily scurry off to who knows what. You have nothing better to do today, so you decide to take a nap for a little while. Being the Overlord sure is great.
I have a spoon!
You awake to a huge commotion outside.
Hi.
What?
Sorry.
A hero has shown up and started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, guy? You rush out to the battlefield to confront this jerkwad you curse at him and very rudely inquire his reasons for doing all this. The hero yells at you, demanding you to return the maiden you're holding captive. You don't know what he's talking about, but you can't forgive his actions. You do battle with the hero, but he's grown strong from cutting your army down. You are unable to defeat him. With decisive swings, he stabs you and cuts you to pieces. You fall. You failed your subjects. What? I still die? What? I was being nice to them. Why did I die? You spit curses weakly.
Damn, you kind of trash.
No! You wish you'd been stronger. Maybe you were never suited to be Overlord in the first place? The truth was, you were never that much more powerful than the demons who served you. It was the title, the control that gave you strength. These are your thoughts as you swallowed by darkness.
Take that. I'm a penguin.
Okay. It's still the same ending. Why? Okay, I'm gonna try the other perspective then. I'm gonna go from underling. You're a demon underling in service of the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away. It's unbearably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord anyways. It is a lot of standing in one place, staring into nothing. You feel like you're gonna go crazy if you don't get a break. You decide to ask the Overlord for a day off. She's surprisingly cool with it? Nice! You set out on your adventures outside the castle. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around in the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to the nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She seems very frightened and screams out for a hero to come save her. You consider your options. Gobble her up. Tell her to quit yelling. Tell her to quit yelling. When the maiden realizes you're not going to hurt her, she regains her composure. Now she starts talking to you like you're friends or something. You don't understand humans at all. You speak the same language, of course, which has always confused you, because why is there conveniently only one language in this world? If demons and humans have independent societies, wouldn't it make sense for them to each have their own languages? The maiden is going on and on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. The bottom line from what you gather is that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Sounds like it'd be interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. They seem to be getting along just fine, so you decide it's about time for a nap. Whoa, why are they all sleeping?
Probably napping a lot.
On God, everyone's going to sleep. After a few hours of sleep, you're rudely awakened by the sound of battle. You emerge from your room to find out a hero has slaughtered many of your friends and work associates. What a jerk! Whoa, there's more options. Save yourself, avenge your fallen comrade. Oh, avenge them!
You die.
Who does this guy think he is? He's coming in here killing everyone like some maniac? What did we ever do to him? You lunge at him while he's busy driving his sword into the god who sometimes brought you food whenever they noticed you were feeling kinda down. That's so sad. What the hell? What an asshole, man. Hero my ass. You like that god. You wish with all your demon heart that for this hero to suffer for his deed. You bit onto him, tearing flesh from bone. It tastes like iron. The hero struggles. You feel his sword go through you, but there's no pain, only retribution.
What in the succubus is this?
No idea. More of your comrades pile onto him as your consciousness fades. The hero is overtaken. Your army has won. You have earned your rest. Victorious Underland ending. Let's go! Okay, just skipping this part and going to the options. She gives you an earful about responsibility, unquestioning obedience. You wait for her to finish her lecture before returning to your post. What does she know about anything? Who made her the boss of everyone? You complain about the overload to your friends. Oh, look at that. Oh, 3 eyes. They agree that she's kind of a snob? Oh, whoa. And totally deserve to be kicked off her throne. Oh, shit. Oh. You only wanted to vent your frustration, but the conversation somehow turned into an assassination plot. You should probably steer this in a responsible direction. Let's overthrow her, let's not. Oh, fuck. I don't know, she was kind of being a bitch, so let's overthrow her. No, you're sick of this overlord holding you and your friends back. You agree that it's time for a change of management. Your friends suggest maybe you should be the new overlord. Oh, you like the sound of that. You announce your first act of rebellion is to take that day off that you wanted. Your friends aren't very impressed. You assure them you will talk more about the assassination thing when you get back, which satisfies them. You sneak out of the castle to have some fun. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around in the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. Who left? Oh, Aura left. Okay. You encounter a maiden. I'll join back in a bit. Okay. She seems very frightened and screams for a hero to come save her. You consider your options. I'll say gobble her, because we're going for that route. Maidens aren't the best meal, but you figure you should live up your demon name, and strike back against the humans. You start devouring the maiden without so much as a second thought and feel quite proud of that. Oh my god! Other humans would surely praise you with curses if they were around to see. Oh man, if someone could have been watching. Time to find an audience for your evil deed. You wander into the nearby village. The people are screaming and running away, throwing rocks at you and whatnot. You think that's pretty rude of them. You haven't even done anything yet. Put on a show! You attack the nearest human. He's old and weak, and his bones crunch delightfully. Your audience screams goes louder. Applause! You think, hey, this is actually pretty fun. I should have taken revenge like this a lot sooner. As you continue your bloodthirsty dance, striking the villagers down, you fail to notice a sword swinging at you. Heroes running towards you. He takes you out in one swift blow. You're just a demon underling after all. As you die, you think, this was totally worth it. Okay, I'm gonna go for this. Underling. I'm gonna eat her this time, again. She seems very frustrated, screams for a hero. You consider your options. Gobble her up. You figure if people are this upset at the sight of you, they won't fully appreciate any terrible acts you commit. Also, they might fight back. This probably won't end well. You're just a little underling after all. This little day out has been decutely refreshing. You return to the castle thinking you will take a nap. After a few hours of sleep, you are rudely awakened by the sound of battle. You emerge from your room to find a hero who has slaughtered many of your friends and work associates. What a jerk! I'm gonna be a pussy. Save yourself. You look around at the lifeless forms of those who you've known as far back as you can remember. You feel glad to not be in their shoes. You also feel guilty to be thinking that as you flee the castle until you remember your role, not as an underling, but as a demon. This kind of thing is expected of you. Maybe you start a new life far away from any humans or demons. Whether you'll live peacefully alone in some deep dark forest somewhere, deserted the land. There's so many endings. I mean, that's the point. I wonder if there's like that makes a difference now. You thought you told our underling to do their job, not drag strangers into your room. Fuck. You fell asleep pretty quickly. Just another one of your... You awake to a knock on your door. The underling from earlier brought back some company. You thought you told the underling to do their job, not drag strangers into your room. Looks like they took an unauthorized break away from the castle. You scolded them, but ultimately a little interested in the guests, so you let them off easy. That underling's not so bad. It's a maiden from the nearby village. She says her role is to be captured by you. Leia also left. Whoa. The maiden then goes on to say that she's been getting very impatient thinking about her impending capture, so she's come here to speed things along. You appreciate her honesty but regret to inform her you never had any plans of capturing any humans. She seems very disappointed by this. Perhaps I'm not performing my role well enough. How can I become more maiden-like? You don't really understand the question. You think this world puts way too much focus on destiny and junk. Just go home and stop worrying about it, you tell her. The maiden seems to be having a hard time wrapping her head around this. She insists that she stays and talks to you more. You feel warm inside as she looks into your eyes. This is the first time a human has looked at you without contempt. You wonder what to say. You couldn't bring yourself to send this maiden away. She just got here. You enjoy having a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. She expresses her surprise that demons are not at all what she expected them to be. You're glad that she seems to have an open mind about these kind of things. You also bring up how you've always instructed your army to avoid humans and not agitate them and get heroes sent out after you. That explains why people of my village have been left unharmed. It's because of your orders, isn't it? We're very grateful. You're surprised to hear her. Thank you. You've always thought of humans to be violent and unreasonable. That's why your servants are always getting killed. Despise your efforts to leave them alone. But this maiden is different. You joked that maybe you've been lying to her this whole time and that you were actually super evil all along. The maiden laughs at that, saying that she wouldn't mind being held captive here. The people in her village are a little exhausting at times, she says. You can't tell if she's into you or not, yo? You notice the sounds of battle have started ringing through your castle halls. The maiden is getting nervous and you reassure her. It's only your underlings roughhousing, no big deal. You know it's probably a hero, but you don't want to upset the maiden by telling her that. Your army will take care of it. It isn't long before the hero bursts into your room. But he shouldn't have made it here. Why didn't they stop him? The hero just stands there unsure of himself. He's covered in demon blood. As the maiden speaks to him, trying to explain the situation, you move past the hero out the door. You're not thinking clearly. Seeing your servants' bodies in pieces all strewed about your castle has really taken it out of you. That hero did this? There's so much blood. Why? Did he come here for the maiden? Did he think she needed rescuing? There was no one for this hero to save here. There was never any harm meant to anyone. You were just talking to her. Why has it turned out like this? The hero starts blabbering insincere apologies and excuses, realizing his wrongdoing, but you are far beyond hearing that kind of bullshit. You have had it with these humans always murdering your servants for no reason. You can no longer hold yourself back and lash out at the hero. When you regain control, there's nothing left of the hero. The maiden has fled in terror. You are alone. Damn. Da, 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 da. I don't know if this has a different ending. Wait, that's the same thing! Okay. Disloyal, trying. I want to see what the other ending is if I send her away. Blah blah blah. It's knock on the door. And she says her The world is to be captured by you, blah blah blah. The maiden is so cute. Tell her she better go home. You'd love to have all the conversations in the world with your new friend, but having a human girl here will definitely cause trouble. You put on your mean face and tell her to get lost. The maiden does what she's told and takes her leave. You figure you may as well go back to bed now. But you don't get to rest for a very long time. One of your underling is tearing your throat out. Oh my god. You try to struggle, but you can tell you're already mortally wounded. What have you done to deserve this kind of ending? You curse at them, choking on your own blood. You die wondering if you could have done anything to prevent this. Assassinated Overlord ending. Oh my god. There's 41 different ending options. Oh my god. Let's go for the hero. You're the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable, swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You're told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped, and is likely being held captive at the nearby demon Overlord's castle. Who even puts a village right next to where an entire demon army hangs out? You don't get it. You're happy to protect the townspeople though. You were born to play this role. You head off on your adventure to rescue the maiden. But the demon soldiers block your path. You could kill them to gain experience. Bravely slaughter them. You make quick work of the vile creatures who stood in your way. You feel much stronger now. After a long trek, you make it to the castle front gates. You face with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. Got through the demon army. You gather your courage. This is what must be done in order to rescue the maiden. These are all evil demons anyways. The world is much safer with them gone. That's what you tell yourself while you kill one after the another on your way to the Overlord's chamber. You find the maiden being held captive by the Overlord, just as you suspected. But for some reason you can't sense any sinister happening. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. This is no time to hesitate. You lunge forward, diving your blade through the evil Overlord. She screams, then falls silent. The Overlord has been slain. You smile, offering the maiden your hand. She takes it after slight hesitation. She must be surprised at how strong you are. You escort the maiden home. She's oddly quiet on the trek back to the village. She must be too shy to speak. The villagers are very pleased with what a good job you've done, slaying the Overlord, saving a hostage. They threw a huge celebration in your name. You're remembered for generations as the great hero the village has ever seen. No, but why did she say no? She didn't say anything. Okay. I'm gonna go through all the other options. Maiden. Flee like a coward. Forgetting your pride, you escape with your life. You return home, now your reputation will be ruined. You wonder how you'll be able to rescue that maiden all on your own if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. You take your chances at the castle. You're a hero after all, this is your job. After taking a long trek, you made it to the castle front gates, where you're faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. Ask if they'll let you in. You go to the nearest demon explaining why you've come here. They stare you down and you feel very uncomfortable. But they seem to trust you and escort you directly to the Overlord's chamber. That was way easy! The Overlord and Maiden seem to be in the middle of some casual conversation while you barge in. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. There's no time to hesitate. The Maiden explains that she was never actually captured, that she came here on her own volitation. That was a pretty dangerous thing of her to do, but no one got hurt, so at least that's that. You ask her to return to the town with you, to reassure everyone of her safety. The Overlord allows the two of you to leave, and you casually exit the castle. You try to make conversation with the maiden, but she's been pretty quiet since leaving the Overlord's room. Is she shy? She suddenly stops in her tracks, and you turn your head to ask what's her deal. Oh, the Overlord's castle is engulfed in flames? What the fuck? You can't help but feel relieved that you got the maiden out of there when you did, but she suddenly takes off towards the burning castle. Panic sets in and you follow her to try to stop her. The smoke is so thick, you've already lost sight of her. What is she thinking? It's too dangerous to continue. You feel hopeless. You stand alone at the castle gates. Your body won't allow you to take another step forward. No, going in there would be suicide. You return to the villagers and tell them there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The maiden was claimed by demons. Whoa, what a pussy. There must be another one. Yeah, we're gonna kill them. She explains that she came here on her own and was never in any danger. She hesitatingly asks why you're covered in blood. You don't know how to respond. The Overlord moves past you and out the door to see her army in lifeless, bloody piles. She wails, "It's horrible. This is your chance, hero." You hope she would let the whole thing slide if you could just explain yourself. You really try, but the Overlord is inconsolable. She tears you apart and the maiden watches in silence. As you die, you can't help but think you probably deserve this. Tragic hero ending. Wait, what? It's still... I thought there was gonna be a different ending. You lunge forward, drawing your blade through this evil Overlord. She screams, then falls silent. Your Overlord has been slayed. You smile, offering the maiden your hand. She takes it after slight hesitation. She must be surprised at how strong you are. You escort the maiden home. She's oddly quiet on the trek back to the village. She must be too shy to speak. The villagers please you, whatever, whatever. Okay, so it's still the same. You are a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky demon overlord's castle. You are told that you are fated to be captured by the overlord one day, because you are a beautiful young girl. Demon overlords apparently love capturing those. You think of how you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone, but maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity, who knows? You're in church, you pray to your god asking why you've been born into this role of maiden. You respect the divine plan and all, but you're really just curious as to what the point of it is. You are impatient. Meeting a demon actually sounds pretty gosh darn exciting. Maybe you'll understand your role better if you were just to hurry up and get captured already. You leave a note and venture forth to find a demon, just to, you know, see what happens. Not long into your little adventure, a demon underling appears before you. It looks pretty scary. What is this game? Demon? Yeah, this is called the Bad End Theater. Introduce yourself. It looks cool, not gonna lie. Yeah, that's what I thought so as well. I played like other games by this creator before, and then I brought this one. So yeah. You tell the demon your name, explain that you're a maiden from the village. You tell them that you were thinking maybe you could understand your role better if you were to hurry and to get taken away by a demon already. What is quack? It's the duck! It's the quack soundboard! The demon doesn't seem to have really been listening to you, which is a little irritating. They agreed to take you to their master nonetheless. After a long walk to the castle, you're introduced to the overlord. You explain why you've come, and she squints at you. It turns out she never had any plans to capture maidens, or to do anything else that would agitate the humans. You wonder for a moment if she might be lying. But it doesn't really seem like it. Still, this doesn't make any sense to you. You've always been told that demons would one day seek you out. Something awful would happen, and a hero would come to save you to your rescue. You don't want to believe that you've been lied to all along. Maybe it's just that you haven't been maiden-like enough. You ask the overlord what you should do to be a more suitable maiden, but she doesn't seem to understand. Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much. She makes it sound so simple. This overlord seems like a complete opposite of you. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. You insist on staying to talk with her a little more. The overlord shares many stories about demons with you, and little by little, you realize they may not be the ruthless monsters you were raised to believe. As it turns out, no maidens? TOT, yeah. As it turns out, she commanded her demons to avoid towns and villages. She didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse to send a hero after them. You realize that must be why you never heard of any demons attacking your town. You express your gratitude to the overlord on behalf of your village. She says you can thank her by telling the humans to stop raising heroes. She's tired of tired of his servants getting killed off by them. You've always thought demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but it seems the Overlord could say the same of humans. You may be different, but really, you're just trying to live their lives the same as you. You feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better. But maybe everything I've said was to deceive you and the other humans. What would you do if I turned out to be a super evil all along? Even if she were to capture you now, you think this place is far more interesting than the way things are back home. You kind of like not being told to expect demons to come after you all the time. You feel free. Honestly, you always kept to yourself, but spending time with the Overlord has been very nice. You feel butterflies in your stomach. As you think that, a hero enters the room. You're surprised to see him first, until you realize he must have been sent to retrieve you. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring him that you were never in any danger. The hero expresses his relief that this whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. You apologize for causing trouble, but really? Didn't anyone read the note you left? Jeez. The hero asks if you'll return to the village with him to give everyone the news of your safety. The Overlord allows you two to leave, and you give her a little wave as you exit the room. You'll be back soon. You were about halfway back to the village when you felt something is off. Unable to shake your concern, you look back over your shoulder. You stop in your tracks. The castle is engulfed in flames. Is the Overlord alright? You can't return to the village like this. You have to know. You have to be sure everyone is safe. You've already taken off before the hero can even think of stopping you. You scan the fleeing demons, but the Overlord isn't among them. Against your better judgment, you rush into the burning castle to find her. You quickly reach the Overlord's room, but the door is shut tight. The handle is too hot to touch. You're too weak to force it open. Pound your fist against the door hopelessly. What were you thinking? This is all because you've forgotten your role. Only a hero could pull this kind of thing off. You start to cough. The smoke is too thick. You can hardly breathe. You realize you haven't gotten that much time left now. You desperately head towards the stairs to save yourself. The fire spreads faster than you expected. You won't make it outside. You can't help but laugh. What a joke. A maiden saving the Overlord? If you had just stayed true to your role, things wouldn't have ended like this. This is exactly the kind of punishment you deserve. Not the Overlord. I know! It's so sad. There's multiple endings, and I have to try and find all of them. You let the demon fire cleanse your rotten soul. You yell, but a hero does not come. The demon is put off by your sudden shouting and asks you to keep quiet. You apologize. They seem more confused than hostile, which totally catches you off guard. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. You tell them that you were thinking maybe you could understand your role better if you were in a hurry. I'm not reading it because I've already read this like multiple times. You think that as a hero enters the room. The hero suddenly dashes forward towards the Overlord, sword drawn. That's fair. It would kill my voice to read all of that. Yeah, like I keep drinking water because my throat is already like so dry. The hero suddenly dashes towards the Overlord, sword drawn. Oh, do nothing, protect her. You selflessly throw yourself in front of the hero's blade, acting as a shield. It's funny, you think you never could have imagined this would be the way you'd die. The roles are all switched around, but it feels right to you somehow. You're glad your destiny turned out to be saving someone rather than being saved yourself. As your vision fades, you hope that everything turns out alright for your new friend. Oh god! It's so sad! I love the maiden though, she's so nice and cute. I'm gonna take the other ending where she doesn't save the Overlord and see what kind of ending that is gonna be. The hero's blade pierces the Overlord, and she lets out a horrible scream. You flinch. The Overlord is slain. The hero smiles and holds out his hand to you, saying that it's time to go home. His glove is drenched in blood. Hesitantly, you take his hand. The hero guides you through the castle, past the corpses of his enemies. You try to keep your eyes at your feet. There's blood everywhere. You shut your eyes, but even then you can't escape the smell. All of this was because of you, wasn't it? You exit the castle, and the hero leads you back to the village. Everyone celebrates the hero's great triumph over the demons. You feel sick, but you take part in the festivities regardless. Yeah, this is very dark. This game is incredibly dark. Let's see, beautiful. I love the music as well. But then a hero barges into the room. His clothes are stained by a dark liquid. It's dripping from his weapon too. You realize it must be demon blood. Something horrible has happened. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring him that you were never in any danger. The Overlord has walked past the hero and out into the halls. She's wailing. You can only guess what kind of horrible scene he's left for her. The Overlord tears the hero apart in retaliation. You watch silently, unable to scream. The Overlord, who you had just been getting along with so well, has killed another human being right in front of you. It's clear now that you've been deceived by her sweet words. Demons are ruthless monsters after all. Girl, be for real. The hero started it. He literally killed her whole army, and you're telling me she's the bad guy. But like, what the hell? You somehow managed to slip past the Overlord and make it out of the blood-soaked castle. He never looked back. Escape maiden. Exactly! Killed all their friends! Like, what? Were you expecting her to just sit there and not do anything? Ha! I'm gonna do... Disloyal Underling. But how do I go back? Because I think this was not... I'm gonna do Hungary. Oh, you shout and yell, but the hero does not come. The demon suddenly jumps you and starts biting a lot. How painful. This plan of yours was completely stupid. You think, why couldn't you have been more patient? Why did you go through looking for trouble? You aren't angry or anything, of course. This is all your fault for trusting a demon not to devour you on sight. This is your punishment for questioning fate, you guess. Bit by bit, you were swallowed by the demon until you are no more. I want to go through that, but like, being polite. Introduce yourself. Oh. Oh, it's the same thing! She lectures the underling that brought you here, who was apparently told not to leave their post. You wonder what cruel punishment awaits them. But to your surprise, she lets them off easy. The underling is dismissed, and the Overlord turns to you, looking very interested. You explained why you came, and she squints at you. It turns out she never had any plans to you want Mama should be lying, but does that make sense? Oh no. Oh, it's the same one! Antisocial, maybe? She makes it sound so simple, blah blah blah. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. You insist on staying to talk with her more. The Overlord tells you that you should just get lost. How rude. You just got here. You put your foot down and tell her you're not going anywhere. You still want to fulfill your destiny even if you have to make it happen on your own. She's a little frustrated at your stubbornness, but doesn't kick you out or anything. Hooray! The Overlord shares many stories about demons with you, and little by little, you realize they might not be as ruthless monsters. Da da da! Wait, hold on. You feel free. Honestly, you always kept to yourself. Blah blah blah. A hero enters the room. You're surprised to see him at first, but then you realize he must have been sent to retrieve you. Oh no, I think it's the same ending. There's just one more I need to go through. Well, looks all the same. Yeah. Because I need to activate like the different settings so that they all act differently. You don't want to cause any trouble, so you figure it's time to go home. Along the way, you encounter a hero. He asks you what you're doing. Don't you know the Overlord's castle is like right there? You explain everything that happened. The hero seems to think you're lying to him. He asks if you've been brainwashed by the demons. What nerve. You're very upset that this so-called hero would treat you this way and leave in a huff. You return to the village alone. Everyone was very worried about you. They surround you with 1,000 questions, and you tell them your story. As you explain that the Overlord never had any intention to harm anyone, you notice the looks of uncertainty in the crowd. People are whispering things to each other while you speak to them. You're loudly interrupted by an old man. He rudely calls you a demon sympathizer. The crowd is growing unruly. You don't understand. You've only told them the truth. Did they not believe you? Everyone begins speculating what must have actually happened. They weave elaborated lies, ask you to prove your innocence. How could you have returned without the aid of a hero, they ask. You could not have possibly escaped the Overlord on your own without harm. You must be conspiring with the demons, trying to trick everyone into believing they aren't the horrible creatures we know them to be. So they say. Have the people of your village always been this blinded by their fear and hatred of things? They never cared to know? You wonder how you missed that before. You were seized by the crowd, and voices from all sides are calling for public execution. You are to be burned at the stake. You don't want to die. You wonder, would it have been better to hide the truth? You don't like the thought of that. You've always lived honestly. So why has this happened? Why are you being punished? You hear the descending voices of your family and neighbors, but they like you. They, like you, are powerless against the momentum. They can only watch as you burn, and you can only cry for them. You are so, so sorry. Wait, hold on a second. I'm gonna drop downstairs to get some food. I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. Ooh, I'm gonna get food, so I'll be lurking? Okay. I'm gonna sit in just chatting screen for a few minutes and nibble on my food. I'm eating BBQ chicken wings, by the way, and it tastes so good. I finished nibbling, but I have to clean my hands because it's covered in BBQ sauce. Okay, I'm done! Now I can switch back to the game. I just realized I've been muted in Discord this whole time. That's why my PNG was not, like, reacting. What options have I done? Went to Hungry Underling and Diplomatic. You're a hero, and you like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable, swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You're told a maiden from your village has been captured. Okay, I've already read through this. They seem to trust you and escort you directly to the Overlord's chamber. Oh, the Overlord is alone, and he asks about the maiden. The Overlord doesn't seem to know what you're talking about. Was she never here? You wonder what could have happened to her. The Overlord says that she wishes that she could help you, but the first human that came here in forever, at least. But you're the first human that's come here in forever. At least that's what she knows of. You think of how you probably shouldn't trust her, seeing as she's a demon and all, but you couldn't really prove that she's lying either. You apologize for the intrusion and returned home to your village. The maiden was never found. Oh. I have returned. Welcome back, Ruby! This story is just getting darker and darker. Diplomatic. I'm gonna try the... The hungry underling and heroic hero. Dutiful hero? Diplomatic hero. Heroes whose purpose in life is to just dethrone you. What's their deal anyways? You've actively avoided pissing off humans, hoping they would leave you alone, but they never do. You're still new to this whole overlord thing, but you're being quite honest with yourself. You really don't understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself, everyone's just doing their best to fulfill their roles, and you won't let them bait you into being the evil overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to the high standards like that. One of your underlings walks into your room, totally interrupted your thought about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place guarding the castle at us, especially no one ever comes here. You see their point, but the way you're whining about it kind of bothers you. What do you do with this underling? Grant them the day off. You tell them to take a break from the stifling castle atmosphere, refresh the dark soul. A day off should be fine once in a while. You're awakened by one of your underlings. A hero wishes to speak with you. He inquires about a maiden who was rumored to be here. But you've never seen her. Humans don't visit often. Or ever, rarely. As the hero takes his leave, you wonder why he totally trusted you there. Heroes traditionally kill demons. This guy seemed like he was bad at his job, in your opinion. Whatever. You're still feeling sleepy. You go on right back to your nap. You hear voices in the hall. You aren't sure how long you slept. The sound of a shutting door forces you awake. Before you know it, everything around you is being engulfed in flames. What's going on? You try to escape, but something's blocking the door. You're having trouble forcing it open. What is this? Someone didn't want you to get out? You're being observed? They have zero foresight. What castle will they rule from this if this one burns? You don't want to believe that your underlings have betrayed you. But this is no accident. Those ungrateful bastards. You choke on the thick black smoke from the fire. You can't believe you're done in by a bunch of cowards. You'll see them in hell. Heroic, hungry. Yeah. It's basically the same thing. Let's go, 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 go. Grant them the day off. They go off. You go to sleep. You wake up. You're awakened by one of your underlings. A hero wishes to speak with you. Yeah, why did he trust you? Heroes traditionally kill demons. You hear voices in the hall. You aren't sure how long you slept. Why did I get the same ending? What? Okay, I'm gonna do dutiful then. Sure. Let's see how this goes. Grant them the day off. You're awakened by a huge commotion outside. A hero has shown up and started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, guy? Oh, this is the first one. Dutiful, polite. This one, okay. The maiden then goes on to say she's been very impatient getting blah blah blah. I've already read this. She seems very disappointed by this. You feel warm inside as she looks into your eyes. This is the first time a human has looked at you without contempt. You wonder what to say. I've gone through this again! I'm going through the underling then, okay. Obedient. Okay. Da da da. Guarding the grains. You ask for a day off. You get shouted at. You tell your friends you were totally not serious about this whole thing. You're actually cool with the status quo. After all, life must be pretty dang good if the only thing you have to complain about is that you live so comfortably that there's nothing to do. The others nod, but don't seem convinced. You say a coup deed would be more effort than it's worth. But you're still going to be a rebel and sneak out the castle. Your friends praise your mischievous ways. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around in the grass, wild and free. You make your way along the path to a nearby human village and encounter a maiden. She greets you and says she has a favor to ask. You consider your options. Hear her out. You're in a good mood today, and you're rather curious about what the maiden has to say. Humans don't usually talk to you, so this is kind of exciting. You hadn't guessed it would even be possible to understand each other before now. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the overlord. Knowing full well, the Overlord asks you where you found the maiden, knowing full well that you left the castle when you weren't supposed to. You apologized for disobeying her, and hoped that the maiden is an interesting enough present that you may have been forgiven. The Overlord nods and says everything's cool as long as you always listen to her from now on. You're impressed with what an easygoing boss she is. You mentioned how you can't believe you and your friends even consider overthrowing her. She gives you a look and says, and then you say, that was just a joke, of course. She smiles and dismisses you. You decide it's about time for a nap. You don't get to sleep long. Your friends wake you up. Rude. One of them is stepping on you pretty hard. You ask them what their deal is. They say they're planning a whole revolution. They're going to get rid of the current overlord and put a new ruler in place. They want to hear if you're in or out, and being a pretty lazy underling. You of course reply with, that sounds like a lot of trouble. How about we just skip it instead? Your friends question your loyalty to their cause. Oh, I'm gonna die. Your friends seem pretty disappointed. They apologize to you, but before you can ask what they're sorry about, one of them suddenly seizes you. Someone who's still loyal to the Overlord really has no place in our castle, you understand, right? Their claws tighten around your neck. You don't bother to struggle. You're outnumbered. You already know how things are gonna end like. This is a pretty messed up thing to do to a friend, you tell them. They slit your throat in response. Whoa. What if I hear her out and she goes here, blah 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 blah. And I'm gonna reply with, okay, let's kill the Overlord. You tell them you were just joking and clarified that you're totally in and to win it. They say you're always terrible with jokes. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the Overlord, you know how bad it'd be to end up on the wrong side of things. And if this assassination deal doesn't pan out, you can always pretend that you were innocent all along. And beneath your shield of fox confidence, you worry about what you're getting yourself dragged into. You follow your friends outside the castle to talk more about the plan. You're curious if they have any idea how they want to go about this. They figured they would just lock her in a room and set it on fire. What a stupid plan. That could go wrong in so many ways. You realize your friends are just a bunch of directionless thugs, unless without someone's guidance, your guidance. There'll probably be casualties if you fought her head on. And while slow deaths make a revolution a heck of a lot more fun, it's probably the wrong way to go. Your friends agree and suggest that you play the assassin. You really don't want to come down to this. But you can't back down now. You have to be the one to assassinate the Overlord. Besides, no one has any better ideas. You sneak into the Overlord's room. She's taking a nap like usual. This is almost too easy. You silently approach your master. She looks so peaceful. I could chicken out! Or time to die. Oh, I'm gonna chicken out because I don't want her to die. You don't want to kill her. You can't go through with it. You turn to leave the room, but your friends block the exit. In a panic whisper, you ask them to let you out. They seem to have been their way of testing your loyalty. You tell them it's pretty fucked up, and ask again to be let out. The Overlord stirs in her bed while your head is turned. The demon shuts the door. You scramble into the Overlord's closet to hide behind before she wakes up and sees you. There's nothing you could possibly say to explain this and survive. You tremble. You can't believe those assholes would bully you like this. You feel like crying. Lights flickering at your feet. It doesn't take you long to realize they set the room on fire. You hear the Overlord trying to get the door open to no avail. You're both trapped. Too afraid to move, you resign yourself to your fate. You and the Overlord burn together. There's so many skipping. You figured the cleanest way to do this was to dig your claws into her throat. So you do just that. She wakes up, but not in time to stop you. You watch as she chokes on her blood, cursing you before finally expiring. That felt terrible. You remind yourself that it was either her or you, and you weren't able to let yourself get killed by anyone. You leave the room to find your friends waiting just outside. They look pleased. Only now do you realize they must have planned to use you like this from the very beginning. You are the new ruler of this castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that they will one day betray you, as you had betrayed your overlord. Oh my god, I've only gotten 20 endings? And I'm still missing one of the types for the overlord. Wait, hold on, I'm gonna eat my rice pudding. I don't know how to do this. Coward, maybe? I'm gonna make them a coward. Responsibilities, whatnot, blah blah blah. What's it pretty good? He's a coward! Oh, I still die. Before you know it, everything around you is being engulfed by flames. What's going on? Escape. No! What am I missing? What am I missing? There's one thing I'm missing for the Overlord, and I don't know which one that is. Okay, I'm gonna try Martyr. Oh, why do I have to go to the audience? You don't get to sleep for long. Your friends wake you up, stepping on you pretty hard. Is there a new option yet? Nope, it's the same thing. What the fuck? Why is it that still the same? Okay. Okay. Heroic, I guess. Martyry. He awakened by one of your underlings. They brought you a hero who inquires about a missing maiden. You tell him that you don't know anything. Humans never really visit this place. He believes you and goes home. You're surprised. You figured he might try to fight you, but you're glad he goes back and you go back to your nap instead. Until you wake up by something completely unexpected. Before you knew it, everything is what's going on. It's the same ending! I'm not even getting any new endings! Hi, Moji. Hellos. We're doing bad in theater. You attempt to explain why you're coming, but the monster before you is eyeing you with suspicion. They can't help but notice the demon blood from earlier. You haven't had the chance to wash up yet. Whoops! You have no choice to fight the army in self-defense. Well, more experience points for you. You make your way through the castle, fending off all the demons that stand in your way. The Overlord appears, demanding to know what the hell you're doing murdering all her soldiers. You get straight to the point and asks her where the maiden is. She fringes in ignorance. A convincing act, but you wasn't fooled. If the maiden isn't here, then what happened to her? You can see only one answer. The Overlord definitely captured her. In fact, it's possible she's already been devoured. Talking about the poor maiden's fate fills you with hatred. You fight the Overlord with everything you've got. You become strong from the hordes of demons you took down before the final battle. The Overlord is almost no match for you. You cut her into pieces. The Overlord has fallen. You breathe a sigh of relief, but your job is not finished yet. You search the castle. Unfortunately, you find no sign of the maiden within its walls. Just as you suspected, she must have already been devoured. You feel hollow. A great evil has been banished from this world, but what does that matter if you were too weak to save someone? You stand alone amidst the carnage and ponder what it means to be a hero. You return to the Overlord's remains, wrap her head in your cape to bring back to the village. Surely your great victory will be celebrated. Failed hero ending! Okay, we're gonna go through that again, but like, a different setting! Right, you make it hope you're still in time to save the maiden. You find the maiden being held captive by the Overlord, just as you suspected. But for some reason, you can't sense anything sinister happening. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. There's no time to hesitate. Destroy the Overlord. You lunge forward to put an end to the evil Overlord. But your blade pierces the maiden instead. She has sacrificed herself to protect this demon. It takes you a moment to recover from the shock. The Overlord wails. Why did you do that? You're not sure if the question is directed at you. The Overlord strikes at you in a vengeful rage. You pray, and she's slain. Your sword feels heavy. You look at your hands and your clothes. Blood. So much blood. You look at the fallen maiden, wondering what to tell the townspeople. Why would she protect the Overlord? She must have been brainwashed by demon magic. You pick up the Overlord's head, wrapped it in your cape, and began your long journey back to town. You will say that you were too late. There's nothing could be done for the girl. but the Overlord is slain. There will be celebration. I will return. Gotta buy plane tickets. Ooh. Alright. Feel like there's another ending. Slaughter. Surprised, asks the maiden what's going on. She explains that she came here on her own. You don't know how to respond. This is the maiden said, sacrifice the demon. Okay. Beautiful hero. Miter. You're a maiden, but you live a peaceful. Oh yeah. Skip. She meets the guy. Not long into your little adventure, the demon underling appears before you. It looks pretty scary. After a long walk to the castle, you're introduced to the Overlord. You explain why he comes, she squints at you, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. The way you encounter a hero, he's covered in demon blood, you're frightened by the sight of him and run away. Refuse to live. You put your foot down and say blah 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 blah. She's wailing. You can only guess what kind of terrible scene he's left for her. It's still the same! I don't know what to do! Okay, maybe there's something else. Diplomatic. Okay, let's go with diplomatic. Diplomatic. Coward. Tyrant. Maiden. He takes you there, blah blah blah, he gets shouted at. They have a conversation. Hero enters the room, surprised to let you realize he must have been sent to retrieve you. Confused, asks what's going on. Wait. Feels something is off. It's too hot. Uh-oh. Okay, but why? Oh, because even if he's okay, hungry. Diplomatic, polite, hungry, tyrant. Okay. Go, 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 go. To be fair, what was I expecting? Okay. Skip. Hungry, polite. Play like a cow, eh? But then you come back. And you're like, could be mean, but you know, cut through the demon army. You gather your courage. And just turn on the lights. Overlord's chamber. She flinches in ignorance. The maiden isn't here. What happened to her? Only seeks answers. Okay. Coward. From the hero's perspective. Say, nah. You come back, and then you're like, well, okay, I'm gonna have courage. Yeah, fighting. You find the maiden being held captive by the Overlord, just as you suspected. But for some reason, you can't see anything sinister happening. You look at each other surprised and confused. I don't know what to do! Fuck! Lifeless piles, horrible hero. This is all just a big heroic. Take her home. It's all the same! Diplomatic, polite. Maiden, she's sad, blah blah blah. After everything explains, the hero expresses his relief that this whole misunderstanding hasn't led into any horrible consequences. The maiden apologizes for causing trouble. The hero asks her to return to the village with him. Confusing feelings well up inside your heart. You're surprised that you had one of those to begin with. You don't want the hero to take the maiden away from you. Keep her here. The maiden came here to be captured by you, didn't she? You'll grant her wish. You tell the hero you won't let him take her home. The maiden assures you that she'll be back, but you don't budge. The hero cautious now. If you won't let her go, maybe you demons are evil after all. And if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You have no choice. You destroy the hero before you can steal your maiden away. She's frightened, but you don't understand why. Didn't she say she prefers this place to her village? Now she doesn't have to leave. He takes a step towards the maiden. She backs herself into a corner. You don't understand. Something sharp pierces your back. The hero. No, it's one of your underlings. The maiden screams. The servant takes you, tearing you apart with their claws, struggling to retaliate. They've done too much damage. You can barely move now. Your blood is everywhere. You can't believe this has happened to you. Why has this happened to you? You've been slain by your own underling. Betrayed overlord! I'm gonna go for that again. You're certain that she will return to spend more time with you. You just have to trust in that, you decide. With the hero and maiden gone, you plop down onto the comfort of your luxurious overlord bed. Your room feels so empty now. Is this loneliness? You hope your new friend will be back soon. You close your eyes for a while. You're almost fallen asleep when the maiden and the hero burst into your room, frantically trying to communicate something to you. You're told that a group of demons is plotting to assassinate you. You're not surprised. How nice of the human to care, though. One of your underlings barges in next, shouting that the humans are liars. They're followed by another group of demons, crying that everything was the first underling's plan. Everyone is shouting over each other now. It's very annoying. You yell for all of them to shut their traps. You have no doubts that your servants would let their ambitions cloud their judgment and lead them to try and take your throne. Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone, to keep you all in your place, crushed beneath my heel. Saying that made you feel very overlord-like. You aren't sure if you have the strength to back it up, though. Lately, all you do is sleep. The group of demons started murmuring something about going back to Plan A. Suddenly slam your door shut. You, the maiden, the hero, and one of your underlings are trapped inside. No way! It's the whole cast! In an instant, the whole room is in flames. The underling pounds the doors, crushing at their friends for betraying them. The hero pounds on the door as well, vowing to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. So this is how you'll die, burned alive in your own room by those you thought you could trust. You should have expected this from a bunch of idiot demons, though. You notice the maiden crying. Why does she have to die over something that has nothing to do with her? Perhaps she was cursed from the moment she spoke to you. You wonder if you're cursed as well. You're so filled with rage and frustration, you don't even notice that you grabbed the underling those traitors blamed everything on. They cry for mercy, saying that they were dragged into this plot knowing they'd be killed if they took your side. They cry that they didn't want to have to kill you. You almost feel sorry for them. You release the underling, killing them would make you feel any better. Besides, they've already gotten their punishment. You all burn together. Overlord's true ending? Wait, this is the true ending? Before you're taken back to the reset the story once again. You pause for a moment. True ending, you say to yourself. Oh my god, I did! What was the point of all my efforts if the true ending is this terrible? Exactly. You must have forgotten where you were. This is bad end theater. No way! Is the pain setting in? Oh! But you should have been well aware that you'd be shown where you entered this place, when you entered this place. It's a problem I've seen quite often. At some point, you grow attached to my little cast, and you started to relate to their flaws, their pilgans. You started wishing for their happiness. But you aren't going to find that here in my theater. My lovingly crafted labyrinth of suffering. Anyways, I hope you'll pardon the interruption. You're making great progress. The choice to continue to the next ending is always yours. I'll leave it to you, dear guest. We continue on! Merciful? No! There's more? I thought 3 was it for all. There's 4, okay. Okay, we go through this. Grant him the day off, blah 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 blah. She comes in. I'm back, ready to fight the monsters. Welcome back! You just missed the note from the creator, saying there's not gonna be a happy ending for any of them. The true ending was like depressing. That all of them died. All of the main cast died. Yeah! And they were like, well, this is the bad end theater. A labyrinth of suffering that they created. And I was like, god damn! Ah, my throat. God damn. Oh my god. I'm going through the other route right now. Comes back, the servant. They're betraying. She's pissed off. She grabs him. This time, take retribution. You pierce their chest with your claws. They scream. The hero backs away. He's wise not to interfere. They've stopped moving, but you keep digging and twisting your claws into them. It doesn't make you feel any better. The underling's corpse burns along with you and the 2 humans. Spiteful overload ending. Ah! 25 endings. 16 more to go. Okay, merciful, possessive, disloyal, martyr. Swell guy, whatever, blah blah blah, you go. Feel like a coward, blah 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 blah, you go back. You be nice to them, they take you. Surprised and confused, and there's no time for hesitation. Ask the maiden what's going on. The maiden explains that she was never actually interesting. Return to the town. But the overlord objects to this. The maiden tries to tell her that she will come back right back, but the overlord refuses to hear it. The maiden seems nervous. As a hero, it's your job to meditate situations like these. You tell the overlord that if she doesn't let the two of you go, you'll have to assume that she's evil. You'll be forced to ambush her. You leave me no choice. The overlord pauses before suddenly jumping you. You are helpless as she disembowels you with her claws. How horrible. You come all this way, only to be met with this cruel fate. You should have destroyed these evil creatures while you had the chance. Your dying wish is for the maiden to somehow make it out of this alive. Naive hero ending. Okay, there's still more. 15 more to go. I wonder what these are. What are these? Seven hero endings, 6 underling endings, 7 overlord, 6 maiden. Okay. Wait, what the fuck is this? Does this explain what I'm supposed to do? Okay, so he goes here. Beginning his story. Antisocial overlord. Slays the demons. She runs from you. Antisocial. Disobedient. Obedient. Slaughter. Oh! Huh? How did I don't even... Okay. Slow the creature. You feel much stronger now. On your way to the Overlord's castle, you spot a maiden heading back towards the village. She couldn't have come from the Overlord's castle, could she? This may be the exact maiden you're currently seeking to rescue. You approach her with current curiosity. What did I just hear? Oh, Muji has gifted a sub to viewer. Lori. Oh, thank you so much! Thank you for the gifted sub. You approach her with curiosity. And she runs from you for some reason. You wonder what's this all about. But then you remember, you're covered in demon blood. Wait, I heard it again. I heard something. I don't know if, like, I can't tell if it's in the game or, like, something. Okay. You approach her with curiosity, and she runs from you for some reason. You wonder what's this all about, but then you remember you're covered in demon blood. Not wanting to look like you're a crazy person chasing after her or anything, you nonchalantly walk back to the town. You walk past the town square. You notice the whole village is crowded around. Is that the maiden you saw earlier? She's bound to a wooden stake. The crowd is in a frenzy. Smoke begins to rise and you stand idly by as flame consumes the maiden. She must have done something horrible to deserve that. You decide to call it a day and return to your house. But you can't escape this sinking feeling. Maybe you aren't cut out for this role. Okay. That was a new ending. Interesting ending. Okay, wait, I need to figure out all this. I got that ending. Okay, I got that ending. So I have to do antisocial, flees from the demon, obedient. That little web actually helps me so much because I started doing it like out of blindly. You head off to the adventure to rescue the maiden. Flee like a coward! Forgetting your pride, you escape with your life. But you can't return home now. Your reputation would be ruined. On your way to the Overlord's castle, you spot the maiden heading back towards the village. She couldn't have come from the Overlord's castle, could she? Exact maiden you're seeking for rescue, you approach her with curiosity. You ask the maiden what she's doing. Doesn't she know the Overlord's castle is like right there? It's dangerous. The maiden explains that she spoke with the Overlord, and it turns out the demons never had any diabolical plans to harm the village or anyone in it. She can't be trusted. You aren't sure you should listen to the maiden. You've been taught your whole life that the demons are evil. You ask if she's sure about all this, but she gets very upset that you think that she would lie to you. She storms off before you can say anything else. You decide to return to the village, certain that she must have been the kidnapped maiden you were sent to rescue. Glad that took care of itself. You take your time walking home. Well done, job. You think to yourself, I'm stuttering a lot. As you walk past the town square, you notice the whole village is crowded around. It's that maiden you saw earlier. She's bound to a wooden stake. The crowd is like a frenzy. Smoke begins to stir of that. She seems nice though, you think. But evil comes in all forms, you assure yourself. You decide to call it a day and return to your house, but you can't escape the sinking feeling that maybe you aren't cut out for this role. Oh, that's still trusting? Oh. Okay, we finally have another subtype for the hero. Strong guy, whatever. Feel like a coward. You talk to her. Believe her story. You have no reason to assume she's lying to you, even though her story is kind of hard to believe. You feel like you should trust her. You tell her you're pretty surprised that everyone has been wrong about demons all along. The townspeople must be informed of this immediately. The two of you return to the village, and they've all been so worried. They praise you for your bravery. But the maiden quickly sets the record straight. There was nothing she needed to rescue from in the first place. The villagers look at you for explanation. You politely inform them it isn't your story to tell. You merely ran into her on the way to the castle. She explains that the Overlord isn't interested in capturing maidens or anything of that sort. The villagers turn to you again in disbelief. They aren't being subtle in how little they trust this maiden's story. You totally believe her, but to placate this fair citizen, You volunteer to speak to the demons personally, just in case. The crowd breaks into hustle, whispering. You're too busy thinking about what a great and reliable hero you are to hear what they're saying. The town's elder's voice breaks you out of your thoughts. He implores you to meet with the Overlord immediately, and says they will all keep an eye on the maiden until you return. You figured that sounds alright, but the mood is kind of intense for some reason. Did you miss something? You aren't sure what's going on, but you get the feeling it might be bad to leave the maiden on her own. But she suddenly takes off running. Oh, you thought the two of you were in this together. Her actions have convinced the crowd that she's obviously been a liar and a witch from the start. People are shouting for you to hunt her and her demon friends down already. But that doesn't sound like a very heroic task. You can't help but feel these people are wrong. It's up to you to catch her and talk to the demons in order to clear up this misunderstanding. You vigilantly dash after the maiden towards the Overlord's castle. The air becomes dark and thick as you enter deep into the demon territory. Evil Misma? No, you realize it's just normal smoke. You see the maiden ahead, but she stops in her tracks, the Overlord's castle engulfed in flames. You had only taken an eye off the maiden for a second, but she's already disappeared. You get closer to the castle, but the smoke is so thick now. You think of turning back. The maiden needs your help, but you can barely see. She could be impossible to find. She could have been lying to you all along. Was this a trap? Would it be worth risking your life on this chance? Your legs feel heavy. Going in there would be suicide. You'll return to the villager and tell them there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The maiden was claimed by the demons. Okay. Okay. What is this then? I think that's a missing subtype. That is a missing subtype. There's disloyal. Talk to her, believe her story, you go on, blah 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 blah, you go back, and then you keep going. There's so much talking. Clear up this you vigilantly dash after the maiden towards the Overlord's castle. But you were too late. Through the unguarded gates, you spot a group of demons surrounding a body. The maiden, she was a fool to have trusted the demons after all. Your hero blood is boiling. You will avenge her death. You charge through the gates to eliminate every demon you see. Oh, swearing! What the fuck are you doing killing all my soldiers? The Overlord is angry. You vow to exterminate her and all of demonkind. You clash again and again, but the Overlord isn't going down easily. You're both dangerously low on health when everything goes black. Your quest has come to an abrupt end. Unlucky hero ending. Hi! How you doing? How you doing? Wait, that wasn't the ending? I'm missing some stuff. I'm missing the archetype. Okay, so... Maiden? Meets the Overlord. Antisocial. Obedient. Trusting. Disloyal. Okay. Antisocial. Trusting, disloyal. Disloyal, trusting, okay. Okay. So, meets the Overlord. Leaves. Is trusted. Returns. The two of you returned to the communicate. They had been so worried that they were glad that the hero brought you back. You quickly set the record straight. You weren't rescued because there was nothing to be rescued in the first place. The villagers seemed confused and looked at the hero for explanation. Valorant and you? What is this game? Oh, nice! This is called Bad End Theater. Basically, there's 4 characters and all of them have their own stories and different settings, and so you can get different endings. When I have to try and get all the endings by getting the characters to do different things each time. It doesn't do anything. Wait, what did you do? Cashed in raw. No! Oh no! Do you know why? Do you know why? Cause I have to roar. I have to go roar! Oh my god. Yeah! Ah! I don't know. Oh my god. I can't. You're the most fierce roarer out there. Roar! 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 Yeah! That's me! I'm the roarer! Roar! He tells them he only ran into you on his way to the castle and that this isn't really his story to tell. You explain to them how you met the Overlord and that she's not actually interested in capturing maidens or other mean things like that. The villagers look again to the hero to confirmation. You feel a little misfed that they all seem to prefer his word over yours, but you don't say anything about it. The hero proclaims that he believes your story, but volunteers to go talk to the demons himself, just to make absolutely sure. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You hear words like trickery and demon sympathizer being thrown around, which makes you frown. you're pretty shocked that everyone's this hesitant to believe you. Does the hero even trust you? You aren't sure anymore. An old man implores that the hero go speak with the demon overlord immediately. He says that you should be held prisoner and considered dangerous until the hero returns. Much to your disbelief, the crowd agrees with him. Because of course, if you were conspiring with the demons, they can't afford to let their ground down. The whole village would be slaughtered by monsters. The hero isn't saying anything. You'd be tied up and tossed into a cell at this rate. If you're going to be held captive by anyone, it's going to be the overlord, not your fellow countrymen. Leave on your own. You can prove yourself without anyone's help. You make a run for the overlord's castle, leaving the hero behind. A suspicious group of demons stand just outside the entrance. They're talking about assassinating the overlord. They immediately notice you overhearing them. The underling recognizes you from before. Before is the first to do something about it. This is just the way it has to be. And suddenly attacks you. In that moment, you regret having trusted the demons. You die instantly. Slaughtered maiden ending. Ooh, there's Resolute now. Hello, Lori! Blah, 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 blah. I have to leave and then... Grab the hero and run. You boldly announce that you'll accompany the hero to prove yourself. You'd rather risk what's out there instead of staying in the village that doesn't trust you. No one seems to know how to react. You grab the hero by the wrist and take off before anyone stops you. Near the castle entrance, you spy a group of suspicious demons congregating. They're talking about assassinating the overlord. You have to warn her. But the hero shakes his head and says that if this is the true nature of demons, the world is better off with less of them. This isn't right, you think. What kind of hero passes up the chance to save a life? The demon must have taken notice of you. It's now or never. You take off into the castle. The unreliable hero follows shortly after. You burst into the overlord's room. All your words spilling out at once. You should probably slow down, but there's no time. Oh no. Oh no, it's the true ending. The overlord seems to have followed your frantic explanation, but clearly doesn't understand the urgency of the situation. The underling you recognize from before barges in, calling you a liar. It's surprising that they were a part of this evil plot. They seemed so nice. The other demons come in right after, saying that the whole thing was the first underling's idea. Everyone's shouting at each other now. It's really stressing you out. You're relieved when the overlord demands silence. She threatens them with violence. You think she's very overlord-like in this very moment. The group of demons hiss to each other before shutting the door, leaving the little one behind. You watch as it pounds on the door in distress. Have they locked you all in? You have a bad feeling about this. Oh, what? You think they must have jinxed it. Because now the room is engulfed in flames. If only you ignored those demons before, you and the hero would have stumbled into this situation. Wouldn't have stumbled into this situation. If you had to, just pretended not to hear them. If you had left as you were told, only the overlord would have been killed. But you couldn't have done that. That path isn't an option for you. You think that no matter what, you'll always strive for the path where everyone survives. It must exist. It simply must. The Overlord seizes our underling. They beg for their life. You pray. You don't know what else to do, so you just pray. The Overlord's claws pierce the underling's chest. They scream an awful scream. She digs and twists her claw into the poor thing while you continue to pray. But there's no saving any of you now. You, the Overlord, the hero, and the underling's corpse are consumed by flames. Devout maiden ending. Wow, just wow. Okay, I got that one. What's this one? Disloyal. Is it because the archetype? Okay, I'm missing an archetype. Ignore that. So, meet the Overlord. Antisocial. Stays with the Overlord a while. Diplomatic. Disloyal. Merciful. Okay. Merciful. Antisocial and merciful. I think this one is faster. Leaves, trusting, Overlord, disloyal. Okay, wait. Calling you a liar, you're surprised. She threatens them with violence and you think she's like over like it's the same thing, you're locked in, you have a bad feeling. You always strive for the path where everyone survives. It must exist. It simply must. The Overlord seizes her underling. They beg for their life. The art is really good. Yeah, I know. I love it. Very pixel art. You pray. You don't know what else to do, so you just pray. The Overlord spares the underling. You feel relieved, but does it make any difference? Will you all burn together? Maiden's true ending? Whoa. Oh wait, yeah, this is the true ending. It can't end like this. Keep collecting bad endings for now. No. Fuck. It can't end like this. Fuck you. I want a good ending. You want to answer the maiden's prayers? You've decided to find a way to save everyone. But retracting the parts you've seen so far, there doesn't seem to be any room to avoid a bad ending. Is there really nothing you can do to keep them all from getting killed in the end? If there's nothing you can do by actions from within their story, maybe it's time to take things into your own hands. Wait, what? Wait, what? What am I going through? I didn't even finish all of that yet. No. Maybe should I go back? You boldly insert yourself into the story. You use your incredible powers to wrap everyone to safety. You didn't know you could do that. But what's going on here? You take a moment to get a good look at yourself. You are you. But why are you pitched back? You feel that your body doesn't accurately represent you. But you move past it. The hero, the maiden, the underling, the overlord have been staring at you too. They look like they don't really know what they're supposed to be doing right now. You guess that's because you're usually the one guiding them. What will you say to them? Hi guys! I've come to save you. Okay, I'll come to save you. You explain to the group that you witnessed their many terrible intertwining fates, and now you've searched for a good ending. Of course, this makes no sense to any of them. Only the maiden understands your compassion. My prayers have been answered. You must be... her god? No. You're merely the player. If there was any god here, they'd be the final boss. That's just how these role-playing games go. Now you realize what the real true ending must be. Oh. Shit, no. Now, enough of this. I admit I've been encouraging you all along, but a self-insert story? How pass? You watch helplessly as tragedy descends from the heavens. You didn't honestly believe you were the only one who could force your way into the stage, did you? I'm the narrator, storyteller, god of this world. Call me tragedy if you like. Darkness envelopes your party. You don't mind if I send each of them back to relive one of their many bad endings, right? You're alone in the darkness with me, tragedy. I sincerely hope you've been enjoying your time in my theater. Though, I can't abide you stealing the show without permission. It's quite disrespectful. I'm sick of all these bad endings. Then frankly, you should never have come to a place called Bad End Theater. Haven't we already been over this? You think defeating me might be the only way to see a better ending? Is that all that's left for you? Isn't it? Well, this does sound like it could be entertaining. Show me what you got. Time to fight God? Oh shit! I guess I'm fighting God, guys! I'll return again making smoothies. Ooh, okay. The stage is set for your final battle against me, the god of this world. What will you do? How will you fight against tragedy itself? I would love to see it. You try your best to tear me down, but you can't seem to do any damage. You don't truly exist in this world after all. Oh, is that all? You'll never defeat me like that. Perhaps you don't understand just how outclassed you are here. Behold my beautiful, tragic tales. Doesn't seeing them all again make your heart ache? You've witnessed 31 of my painstakingly crafted endings. Your heart does indeed ache for these characters. How could you wait to put an end to all this? How could you want to put an end to all this? Do you truly care for them that much? They're still suffering backstage, you know. It's a shame they couldn't make it here, to the end of the world. That's right, you came here to save them. You can't do this alone. What is this? Call for your friend to join you in battle. Call for your friend to join. Okay. There's dashes. You find the hero in his home, hunched over a sewing table. Your sudden intrusion scares the hell out of the poor guy. Are you some kind of demon? You explain that no, you're not a demon. How can you explain it in a way that hero can understand? Instead, you ask what he's sewing. Oh, this? I craft all my own hero gears. You see his pride in his hobby? You wonder if the costumes are what attracted him to the role of the hero. Would you like some clothes? You don't seem to be wearing any. You remember the state of your body and decide yes, some clothes from the hero would be nice. He's overjoyed by your answer. Apparently his outfits are too gruddy for the other townsfolk, so no one else wants them. The true end for the hero suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change his fate. I could make a living as a trailer rather than a hero. Please tell me what I can do to reach that dream. The hero will now fight alongside you. I agreed to follow you, but I didn't expect to face something like this. The hero has arrived. We already couldn't have a final boss battle without him. You're the one who's been killing us, murderer. I can't truly call myself a hero until I see you defeated. We'll see about that. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Your region of terror ends here. Tragedy. I refuse to give in. The hero uses his willpower to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. The hero tries using his belief in justice to fight tragedy. That justice applies to you too, does it not? Will you pay for your own misdeeds? Shit! Overlord, Overlord. You enter the Overlord's room, relieved to see the fire contained to the torch on the walls. When you close the door behind you, the Overlord rises from her slumber. Who are you? Have you come to reside in my castle and serve me? You explain that no, you're not here to serve her. It's more like you've come here to do her a favor. You ask why she spends all day sleeping instead of commanding her demon army. She laughs in response. Many of my underlings certainly think I would be more aggressive with humans, like my father before me. His quest for revenge was endless and self-perpetuating. There's a reason I had to destroy him. You can't help but think it's a little late in the game to be getting some new backstory. I have no interest in waging war on humans. I merely wish to be left alone, to live a peaceful, indulgent life in my castle. You realize you must actually be very lonely, only surrounded by soldiers instead of friends. No wonder she gets so attached to the maiden. The true ending for the Overlord suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change her fate. My own attempt at peace have been rather imperfect. If you offer a solution, then very well, I will follow you. The Overlord will now fight alongside you. I see, so this is tragedy. Oh my god, I love the animations. Ah, you've brought the Overlord. I don't stand a chance now. You've prevented me from attaining peace for long enough. Prepare to die. Ha ha ha. I hope you're prepared to face your deaths as well. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Ambition. I'll reach my true ending with my own power. The Overlord uses her ambitious nature to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. You happen to find the maiden as she exits the church, her heart set on meeting a demon. Perfect timing, she approaches you, having already taken notice of your odd form. Excuse me, are you a traveler? I've never seen anyone like you before. You explain that no, you're not a traveler. Maybe you are, in a sense. You come all this way. The maiden regards you with excited curiosity. Then perhaps you might be a demon. I was hoping I would meet one today. You think of all the terrible fates that hope would bring out. She's the catalyst of this story after all. My role as a maiden is to be captured by the demon overlord. But you see, I've grown so tired of waiting. You remember this part. She wanted to understand her role better, so... You ask what it is that she's really hoping to gain from this. The maiden is confused by your question. Perhaps it was as simple as wanting to reach the place she felt like she belonged. The true ending for the maiden suddenly became clear. You offer to change her fate. If there's something I can do to find fulfillment, then please guide me. The maiden will now fight alongside you. What is this horrible creature? You wound me, dear maiden. Is tragedy such a terrible thing to behold? I remember now. I remember all the awful things you put us through. Then this should be familiar to you as well. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. The maiden tries to appeal to tragedy with kindness. So naive. I'll balance your kindness with my cruelty. Our true endings do exist. They simply must. The maiden hopes with all her heart to overcome tragedy. The tragedy is reeling. You approach the gates of the Overlord's castle. The underling is on guard duty, as you expected. They call you out. The other demon guard is sound asleep. Hey, you're a pretty weird-looking intruder. What do you want? You explain that no, you're not an intruder, though you're definitely intruding into their stories right now. You tell the underling that you came to save them from tragedy. Okay, try saving me from boredom first. I hate this job. The underling snickers. You ask what kind of job they'd rather have. It'd be best if I didn't have to work at all. I just want to live a carefree life and never get bossed around or picked on. You think of the underling's friends who had bullied them into assassination plots only to betray them in the end. If they kept better company, maybe they wouldn't feel so restless. The true ending for the underling suddenly became clear. You offer to change their fate. So there's a way that even work can be fun? Sounds fake, but I'll tag along with you just in case. Wait, what the fuck? You didn't say anything about a boss battle. I love that. The underling, You must be desperate to call on such an unreliable ally. If I beat this guy up, all my problems will be over. Oh, but it won't be that easy. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Now that the whole party's here, can you solve my final puzzle? Which combination of behaviors will open the path to your true ending? Show me. So naive. I'll balance you oh my god. Pokey, you're gonna get me killed! Willpower, hope, ambition. Knock me down and I'll just come back stronger. The underling uses their tenacity to overcome tragedy. That's it. With everyone's heart united, you take aim towards your best possible futures. You all unleash one final attack to destroy tragedy once and for all. Ha 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 ha. You've done it. You've managed to defeat me. A tragic ending for tragedy itself. I love it. I must thank you all for fulfilling your roles perfectly. Thank you, Hero. Starring Hero as himself. Starring Maiden as herself. Thank you, Maiden. Starring Underling as themselves. Thank you, Underling. Starring Overlord as herself. Thank you, Overlord. Enough of this nonsense. We defeated you, so die already. Don't worry, I'll be making my exit shortly. Directed by you. Finally, thank you, most of all. We couldn't have made it here without you. Yes, my bad in theater did contain a truly good ending after all. I apologize for the antagonizing you for so long. I wanted to deliver a satisfying story. Was I able to do it, I wonder? Thank you. I really appreciate that. Happy endings shouldn't always come easily. Reality is not so kind. But you've earned this one. Here's to your true ending. No way! I finished the whole game? Oh my god, my throat is so dry and it hurts. Because I've just been like reading so much lines. For 3 hours. Oh my god. She went to talk to him and she went to the tower? It's all the happy endings. I love this creator so much. And I love this game so much. Fucking so good, man. Exit the theater. So yeah, that was the ending to Dead End Theater. What do you guys think? It seemed really cool. Definitely have to watch the VOD. For real. Also, my throat is very tired and hurting now. So I think I might end it here. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for joining and dropping by. I'm gonna raid Aura, who's playing Tom Carey Rainbow Six Siege. So yeah. Go say hi to Aura.